Hello, here we are, nighttime, Brooklyn waterfront, Williamsburg. Here visiting a friend of mine, Ellis Gallagher. He is the epitome of a street artist, and we're about to show you why right now. Ellis, how you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Good.
Hey,
Very
man.
good.
So, yeah, man, it's a beautiful night.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man.
Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, I do many different things amongst, art making in different mediums. I work with light and I work with shadows, and I work with different mediums to kind of highlight and bring attention to the shadow, basically.
When did you first start doing your when did you first start doing your shadow drawings?
2005 in the street. Yeah.
And how did that come about?
That was it. I was living in the downtown Brooklyn area, and long story short, I got robbed with a guy with a machete, and I saw his shadow from behind me. And since then, I became especially directly after the incident, I became more aware of my surroundings. Coming home late at night, it being dark, all my other senses are heightened, and shadows, kind of came into play because thinking of my attacker's shadow. So long story short, it was born of that, and I've been doing it ever since. Yeah.
Last time I saw you, you did this whole thing with fire tagging, right?
Yeah.
That's one of your original things, right?
Utilizing fire and with spray paint, and kind of utilizing carbon from the burn and setting it on fire and making pieces. Works on canvas and stuff.
Cool. So you've been doing art since you were a kid in the streets?
Oh yeah, man. Pretty much. I mean, I used to see graffiti growing up in Eastville. It's kind of how I got into art. I'm very happy to be from here, because I find it, it's kind of like being the new kid on the block with the new toy. Everyone's like, oh, he got the newest, latest thing. It's like everyone comes to New York for that, newest, latest thing. People come from all over the world to come to the mecca of, punk rock and hip hop, and, it's New York City, man. It really can't be beat, man.
Have you felt like it's changed since you knew it? How do you feel about the art world?
I feel like New York, I think anywhere in the world you go, you could say, I'm from New York, and that's the magic word. It's oh, New York, to get you out of trouble saying you're from New York if you're,
Yeah, I've always found when I travel, people don't like Americans, but somehow New Yorkers get away with it. You gotta, I've been to all over Europe. Oh, you're American? No, I'm a New Yorker, man. I'm a New Yorker.
Totally different.
Any particular artist inspired you when you were younger, when you started coming up?
Richard Hambleton, for sure. The shadow guy, the guy who used to paint those black
the
figures, the splotches of paint, it was all messy.
Oh,
definitely him for sure.
And this is before you were doing your shadow pieces?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's totally unrelated, It's just the name, because I've actually spoken with him a couple times on the phone, and we were discussing, the whole shadow thing, and I was like, I've always been a huge fan of your work ever since I was a kid. Pretty fresh.
How do you feel about graffiti these days? I mean, it seems like everyone's putting their name up.
I love it. I follow it, I photograph it, I document it.
Other people's graffiti, you mean?
Yeah, everything in New York, pretty much, I think a good thing, one of my favorite things about graffiti is being able to go to another place, another city somewhere else, or another country, or another state, or, out of town. I think seeing a New Yorker up out there, that's what's, to me, like that's what's exciting about graffiti. Seeing something familiar in your own city and then seeing it in another city, like that's pretty cool, you know?
Hey man, well thanks a lot, brother. It was really good hanging out with you. Thank you for painting me. I mean drawing me. I like to know that I made it onto the streets of New York somewhere. What a beautiful place to do it on. So come here, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, man, nice seeing
Great,
you, man.
man. Yeah, awesome.
Say goodbye to internet people.
Peace, internet people.
Yeah, man, peace.